This is Rita Castro. I'm Lillian. We set up Become Your Creator as a mission to help people become the creators of their own reality. We chose this weekend specifically. Well, we have dark here in the UK. I know there's a lot of people from America as well. So you're more than welcome to dim your lights if you want to. Just so you know, we are running the event online, but also there are people here as well in person. So you're more than welcome to sit. So if you hear doors open, doors closed, that's just people walking in and joining us as well from here, wherever you feel comfortable. We will be talking today. Rita will connect with spirits, and we will be passing messages about alignment, conscious creation mainly, and how to embody that energy of creation within. Obviously, we all have a desire we want to manifest, but today you'll hear something a little bit different about manifestation, how you are the manifestation, you are the creation. So if I can ask everyone just for today, just forget about one specific thing and just embody that energy of what you want to be. We usually connect with love. But whatever you feel you want to be or that desire, today's a chance for you to become that. And we're going to shift as well our energy. After Rita finishes, we're going to have lovely James McKenna, who's going to be doing movement, releasing energy from the body. So when Rita's done, we're going to pause a little bit, take a break, and then we're going to get ready to do the movements as well. But I'll leave you guys with Rita now, and we're going to get ready to connect with spirit.
Hi everyone, like Lee said many times, I'm Rita. I have been doing conscious creation for many years now. Let me tell a little bit about myself. I'm born with abilities to see many different realms, dimensions, and beings. And Not was mainly when I was probably on around my 20s that I started to develop a little bit more. I see infinite use. So even now, as I'm talking, and there's many people here in the room, I see more than is actually just on the 3D. I got used. I thought everyone was like me until I went to school and I realized, oh, maybe I'm just a little bit different. So, how do I deal with the conscious manifestation? That is what we talk often about conscious creation. I had awakening around, like a massive awakening around 13 years ago. And pretty much I was sitting in a sofa, wasn't looking for awakening, but I had lots of suffering inside of me. And on that specific day, best way I can explain it is I expanded. Within that expansion, I became just awareness. I was no more than just awareness. Was not about emotions. That is part of the body and the mind. And I realized that Brita was having a huge amount of thoughts. The body was feeling certain feelings. However, within that expansion, it changed me. It changed me because I realized that I was not my body, neither my mind, and we are definitely all of us greater than that. As we develop becoming greater, everyone knows me that I have met Lily around 4 years ago. Already saw that she was working with me, even if she didn't realize that at that time. That's how I work with people. I can see what you're doing. I can see many versions of you, what allows me to understand what actions you need to actually do to change your outcome. Um, so conscious creation, let's start by that. So you are constantly manifesting. Your full existence is a manifestation. You never manifesting. Either you're doing consciously or unconsciously. If you are stuck with your two elements, that is the body and the mind, and we will talk a little bit more in depth with that, you are living the physical realm. And does not matter what you do, you will forever be stuck there. Within my connection, I see beings of light, no form at all. They can form, but it's not about form. And I connect to universal consciousness. I learned that we need to align the five elements within us. That's what we have. Amazing James coming today. All right, okay. This is a new form of meditation for those like me, all right, who in the beginning had a little bit of resistance, but and you will know as time goes by throughout this webinar why really focusing on what James is going to teach is very important on your day-to-day life. So I strongly advise everyone to be ready for him. So conscious creation means you need to align your five bodies. So you have the physical body, you have the mental body, you have the emotional body, then you have energies. Energies is divided in many different bodies, all right, okay? And your energies is connected to the divine. Divine is just a name that we give, all right, okay? But that connection means that we are connected to everything that exists. So my job and like people like Liliana and many clients, and some are still here and with us. Thank you very much, Karen, and the ones I remember, I will mention their names. They have manifested what many of you guys will say is impossible, only by aligning that five energies within us. So we're going to kind of go a little bit slow in each of the body to make sense. And then we went through the realm of the mind, also trying to understand how your mind works in order for you to be able to come out, all right, okay, and expand your consciousness, because that's what happened to me. And if it happened to me and to most of the clients that I have, who also became very sensitive to other realms, like, for example, Liliana's sister, amazing psychic now, change your life, and a story is just incredible in my personal opinion. And I will speak a little bit about the manifestation. So the five bodies. So we're going to start by the physical. Why do we start by the physical? Because the mental people have resistance. You think you are your mind, you think you are what you think. Like, for example, before my awakening, I thought I was Rita. That is all. And Rita was a Portuguese person who came to UK. And that's what starts. That is the realm of the mind. And I'm telling you that without no doubts, you are further than your mind. So to align your physical body, you looking into movement, and that's what we have James here coming. But we're looking for many different type of movements. So you're talking about your body's born to move. You're talking about yogas, walks, and could be like exercise, and that is what you're going to start by aligning the body. But that is not enough to align the energies of the body. You also need to look into healthy eating. And on today's society, it can be a little bit difficult. But you are what you put inside of your body. We're not talking about diets here. We're talking about being mindful of what you put inside of you, because your body is your vessel. And if you don't eat food that works for your vessel, your energy levels are going to be crashing down, or whatever is going to happen, and it doesn't work. So you want to have awareness about the food you put inside. You don't need to go dramatic. You don't need to stop eating meat. I eat meat, all right, okay. But every time I eat, I know what I'm eating, gives my body more energy. It's not going to rust. So it's just having that awareness. You should do the way you feel. It works for you. But that is the second part of alignment for the body. The third part of alignment for the body is about drinking water. All right, okay. Your body is 72% water. The entire world is 72% water. The element of water that I will talk about the elements as well, and how you align those elements. So you need to hydrate. It's not about drinking 2 liters of water or more a day. Each body is different, but it is about drinking water when your body is asking for. So you want to start to learn to have body awareness. And the last one is resting. Your body does need to rest. Resting is not about sleeping, it's having the necessary amount of rest. I don't sleep more than 3 to 4 hours a day due to the techniques that I do. All right, okay. Who does not need, I don't need to sleep more than that, but you need to rest the body. Even for me, if I'm working too much, my body starts to feel very tired. So if you spend your day to day life with a simple awareness, right, that you need to align your body to the best of your abilities about moving the body, eating well, drinking, and sleeping, and you can ground as well. Many people love that. If you do that on your day-to-day life, you are aligning your physical body. And I was thinking about grounding because now they're showing me grounding. I passed the message. Grounding means take your shoes, no socks, on soil or grass. That's how you ground yourself. You don't need to meditate for grounding because you're using the mind. You just want to be in soil with Mother Nature, and you ground 5 minutes, maybe 2 to 3 times a week, allows that energy to move and to shift. Um, the mental body. All right, okay, sorry, because now Spirit decided to talk at the same time. So I'm talking and I'm trying to channel the message, you know, and the mental body. All right, okay, so the mental body is a little bit more tricky for all of us, and you need to look at that meditation or mantras or praise only do one thing for the mental body, and it's very, very important. It's about quieting the mind. So if you are here trying to manifest and you're doing it, and I'm not saying don't use, but don't try not to use immediately. If you're trying to manifest and you're not being successful, is because you may be using meditations that is about like sit down, do this, do that, imagine, use imagination, create money. It does not work, at least not as fast as this one. The mind, if you want to transcend the mind, you need to learn to be quiet. You actually don't need to be in a position that you need to sit down and meditate. You just literally need to bring your energies into the present moment. All right, okay, and we will go into that to make more sense. So meditation, silence, best of all right, okay. When was the last time that you took time to be silent, and then learn more about you? And this is the problem. The mind is very noisy, it's constantly shattering. And by the time you attach to that conversation within the mind, you start to feel the emotion. So you want meditations for the mind. This is just a quick thing, but the spirit is interfering here, so I do need to pass the message. The mind, like, is just like, you need to look like, even the Bible say that, in other religions and spirituality, your body is your vessel. All right, okay? So you need to look into this vessel as your manifestation. So spirit manifests this. So it's not like spirit is inside of you. All right, okay. Spirit is manifesting this existence. We want to perceive as the physicality, physical body, 3D, whatever people they want to say. But it's not actually as you think it is. And believe me, I've seen lots of realms of existence, including my own realms of existence. And one thing I have learned is that nothing can exist outside the present moment. The mind, unfortunately, right, and we're not using properly these days anymore. So let's look into the mind, and organizing that energy. And so the mind is like a computer, simple as that. And then, like a computer is gathering information throughout the beginning of this life. Some say from past lives. It doesn't really matter about past lives. So you're gathering information in which you're using, or what happened to you and to most of humanity is you using that information that is a past memory, even if it's just a second ago, but you're using this information in your present moment. So literally, you're just living the same life over and over and over again, right? It does not matter if it's this life or if you want to even perceive as a past life. You're stuck in a loop. So the mind gathers memory, all right, okay? And then is another part of the mind that is imagination. And that's what takes you to a future, even if it's to a predicted future. So you will feel frustrated, Spirit is showing here, if you sit down and meditate to try to achieve a different life, because it's not going to happen. Meditation has a principle and is to quiet the mind. But we are not here to teach you guys to sit down, right, for hours and hours. That's just extremely frustrating in order to try to change your life. You don't need to do that. But you need to start to understand the mind. And to understand your mind, right, okay, I would like everyone here to close your eyes just for a few minutes or maybe for a few seconds. Close your eyes and don't fight the mind. All right, okay? You may be hearing me and your mind say, "I already heard this." See how the mind is? just listen to your thoughts. And this is not about fighting the mind. All right, okay. I just wanted then you can open your eyes, and we'll be doing this as the time goes. Wanted to realize that within your mind is so limited. I, Rita, only can access from the mind perspective all the information that I have gathered until today. That is no more than that. All right, okay. And I can use my imagination to imagine a different future. But even if I use my imagination or I'm using my past memory, all right, consciously or unconsciously, I'm actually using in a present moment. And that's you hear more and more these days, all right, about the present moment. So look at this. If in my memory something comes about, I don't know, someone upset me, all right, this is just an example, even if it was a week ago or 10 years ago, the universe, all right, okay, will not know that, okay, the universe will not know that I'm using memory. The universe is impartial to us. So the universe is going to give me, all right, so memory, someone upset me, or someone left me, or I lost money, or I don't have money, comes to my mind. I'm signal, right, okay, into my body, and we will go slowly. And if it doesn't make sense, I'm happy to repeat again. Signal to my body, I don't have money. That creates an emotion. That emotion becomes my energy, and that is that energy that the universe gives me back. Because God, universe, divine, or whatever we want to give the name, will give me everything that I'm asking. But if I'm asking unconsciously, right, okay, if I'm trying to create if I feel lack of money or lack of love or no good health, the universe will give me back because they love us. They will give everything that we ask. So the realm of the mind, most humanity is stuck at this present time. And the meditation is for you to learn only to quiet the mind. And that's why it's meditation. It's not about spirituality, it's not about nothing bigger. You are all that exists, right? Everything around you is a creation of you. It does not matter what you think or not, but all the information is within you. And only when you start to quiet the mind and silence, why go through an hour meditation to try to create something? Because you will get frustrated about conscious creation or manifestation, that is the same, and it's not going to happen. So you start simple. Physical body, you align. Take awareness, all right, okay? What you put in your body is what you are. If your body does not move, and that's why we have James here today, we'll track, we'll get energy, right? And if you don't drink enough water, well, you know the answer. And if you don't rest, the mind will take over. So you want to put meditation or awareness. How do I do? You know, I have many different type of techniques. I do. My techniques is based within my energy because I connect to spirit. So it allows me to maintain and carry on expanding. All right. But before I meditate, I prepare my body. Anyone that will meditate without preparing the body is just not going to work. What means preparing the body? Preparing the body means that I'm going to put my body in a way that my channels are going to be open to receive the information throughout that meditation. And the best things to prepare the body, you look into asanas or some type of yoga movements or just movement. And you want the spine to roll, and the gems will go through that, right? You want the body to be prepared, all right, for the meditation. 2 to 3 movements are enough. It's called preparatory I do asanas. It doesn't really matter. It's many out there. All right. Does not need to be what I do. So you want to make sure the body is in receptive mode for the meditation himself. All right. Okay. So again, the mental, all right, is about understanding your mind. If you don't understand and you think that you are just this, you are going to struggle to conscious create something you desire. And so mind Imagine like a computer, then you have conscious mind, don't worry about that. Gathers information and you just cycling. That's what is called the karmic cycle. You're stuck on that cycle. All right, okay. So silence or any type of meditation allows you to expand the period. Right. The emotional, or we call the physical, the emotional body. All right, okay. The emotional body, you don't even need to worry. But if we're going to give a technique for that, will be anything is to do with breath work. All right, that is the more efficient to regulate the nervous system. But like a flower, the moment you start to have that consciousness of aligning your physical, your mental, so move the body, exercise, drink well, eat well, and all of that, and a bit of meditation, 20 minutes a day. You don't need to go further than 20 minutes a day. You are aligning naturally and organically, your emotional body is going to start to stabilize then. The fourth body and fifth body is the divine within us. All right. Okay. And that is the one, for example, that you will see that I can be here and spirit will come. We call it spirit. I see light. All right. Okay. And we'll just pass information over and over. Again, I'm no different. Most of my clients end up like me. Some end up even greater than me. And I hope many will carry on end up being greater than me. So that means is most of the clients that we have who are doing this type of alignments, right? Okay, not only they become very naturally conscious creators, because naturally, if you align, you become aware of your mind, then you become your conscious awareness starts to grow. Then you go into conscious creation. It's like you don't even need to think about them. I have seen the more magnific manifestations in the with clients who wanted to see. For example, we have a client, that she wanted to, part of her conscious creation is to be able to see the other side and to see a husband that crossed over, another client whose kids were kidnapped. This is actually really sister for everyone who knows. They got all right. Okay. You don't get it by sitting down and trying to manifest because you are the outcome, and it means if you are the outcome of your manifestation, means that you need to change your energy. You need to alter your energy. And if you don't alter your energy, then, and it's not a job, it's actually very enjoyable. Because if it took me 6 weeks doing something, all right, in a game with everyone, all right, okay, that no particular was part of my creation. So I jump into a creation that Rita there actually already won, and that case was the lottery. So let's just look from a different perspective. All right, okay. So you have 5 elements within you. All right, okay. 5 bodies. Those elements and those bodies, they need to be in alignment. My mind or my body, they all need to go in one direction. So if my mind was an accumulation of memories, or no, just an accumulation of memories, because if I use imagination, I'm trying to imagine a future, but I'm still imagining a future based on my memories. That's why people get stuck on spirituality, because they're just using the mind and it's never going to work. We conscious create from awareness, not from the mind. I would use my mind. And right now, as our spirit was connected, even without me saying nothing at all, it was not like my mind is not chattering. I am aware of my own mind chattering. It's just I don't need to use the energy of the mind, all right, um, or I can use what serves me. So means that for the last 5 to 6 years of my life, I have very little suffering. I don't remember when it was even. I don't remember when it was the last time I actually suffered, including when my own father died 2 years ago. Yeah, right. I can see him, so it's nothing to suffer. So physical body, we go a little bit, and then we go into what spirit is going to show, and you can have questions. So physical body is yours, your vessel, like a car. If you put the wrong petrol, it's going to stop working. So you need to take that awareness of your physical body. Does not mean that you cannot enjoy life, and go and eat something that is not maybe not as healthy. I do it, but to my day-to-day life, I have that awareness. So one of the things with food and awareness is And again, it may sound like this is like cliche, but you need to chew your food. To know what your body can handle in terms of food, you're actually going to need to learn to chew your food. Many people, many of us just eat, swallow and inside. Never going to get that awareness. So I strongly advise people to chew the food at least 24 times. Why do we do that? Because you want to start to connect to your body and get the information from the body, how the body is feeling, and only you can do that. So it's just kind of like starting to take time. Don't try to do all in one go because it doesn't work at all. All right, okay. We have people like Lily who try that. It doesn't work. If you do slowly, just slowly start to break the habit. All right. We are going to do tomorrow, not today, just before the song Energy Alteration. So tomorrow is your chance because the round is thinner tomorrow, even if Halloween was the 31st. It's actually tomorrow is one of the biggest days for people who understands energy. All right, okay. So tomorrow the rounds are really thin, means that we can perceive more. You will be able to receive downloads, and the music is going to open your heart. And before James will do probably some movement to put you. So tomorrow is all about conscious creation. But from today, what I want everyone to understand is you must understand your mind. All right, okay, because the mind rules all right now. Your mind is ruling you. You have no access to your mind. And if you really don't take yourself too seriously and the thoughts that comes to your mind, you might just get that. So again, remember the mind is like a computer. You don't know more than memory. I know people they think they do, but you don't. Everything you know is just what you learn. Isn't that limited for all of us? That's where we are so stuck reincarnating after, when people they say, oh, Rita, show me about reincarnation. What was my previous life? Pretty much similar to this one. It's sad, you know, and because on the time that you're going to die, you are attached to the mind, you literally manifest it. Well, I find from the mind, from spirit perspective, right? Okay, the mind wants to live. It's sad, but it's true. The body and the mind wants to be internal. So as time and humanity evolved, the mind became stronger in a way that is hard, and I often ask spirits why. It just happened. The vessel became stronger than the spirit himself. You can say that way, or the spirit seems to be trapped. So as we cross over, the reason most of us reincarnate is because you believe you are here. So again, close your eyes, just breathe in and breathe out, or put your awareness into the breath. And I want you to understand that if your mind was your best friend, you probably wouldn't be talking to that friend again, because your mind can be your worst enemy when he tells you you are a failure, or you have no money, or I don't know, you're too thin, you're too fat, you're too beautiful, too ugly. It goes on and on and on. The mind. It's just exhausting to be stuck in the mind. I don't want you to be upset with your mind because it creates resistance. I want you to understand that you actually, only you can hear the mind. Have you not noticed that? The awareness within you. So just you can hear your own thoughts. So who can hear the thoughts? If not only the divine within you. No judgment. That's what happened. So the one that is aware actually does have no judgment. Just try your best for the next minute to see that is a space between you and the mind, and the one that is observing. And now I want you to find a word with no meaning at all for you. Could be so not a word without no meaning, like la 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 or something. Don't tell anyone. And I want you to repeat in your mind for the next minute the word, just so repeat a word without no meaning. Do we have a time? 1 minute. Carry on repeating the word. You will hear me, irrelevant. And if you notice you are repeating the word, no stop repeating, and your mind is still having some type of shattering. And you can slowly open your eyes. I want you to understand if you are repeating a word, sitting down, we close our eyes. That's called transcending the mind. Of course, a minute we tend to do for longer. And you're repeating a word, no meaning. And I will explain why we do no meaning at all. All right, okay? And you're repeating, the more you do, you're going to notice that even you repeating the word, the mind is still trying to take over. All right, okay? And it's going to try to like or take you out of you repeating the word. It's always you, the one that is observing, all talking the word, the chattering. So alignment means that we are going to expand that awareness. That's what happened to me. You know, you expand the one that is observing. And within that, as you expand more and more, maybe lucky or even more lucky than me, that happens. And when I expanded on that moment, I became just awareness. So Rita was not like, it's hard to explain. It also became the room, became my pets, became my TV. I became the entire room. I didn't know where I started, where I finished, was no beginning or end to me. All right, okay. And that lasted is hard to say. Was light what happened to me. By the time I became the body again, I was no longer, was already dark. I don't know how many hours I was on that state, but to me, I felt I felt home, a home that I felt a freedom without no emotions, no attachments, no fears, no sadness, nothing at all. I felt what we are meant to be, and from that experience, and learning with the spirit how to really align it, I have manifested more than I actually ever thought in my life, and I have helped many people manifest what many would perceive as impossible. And I will ask Lily to come and explain a little bit about her journey, and then we will go again through the five elements around within us. We join the four and the five together, and tomorrow is about also connecting to the divine. Divine, you are divine. I also want to explain to people when I read you, right? Okay, and I see infinite versions of you. I'm connecting to the universal mind that is you. So I connect with your physical body, your emotional body. You hear me often, let me connect to your mind and to your body. I read the body, then I read the mind. I don't worry about reading emotions because it's all mixed between the body and the mind. And then I connect with the light within you. That's why the readings are very healing and people feel very like this bubble for days. Or not all. If you have resistance, and that's what I've worked for Lily to explain it, all right, okay, you will find the reading very difficult. Then I connect then I see versions of you, all right, okay, and will be a version of you that shows me a huge amount of light, and I take information from that version of you. So you are reading yourself. I'm just a vessel. This is the funny thing is you actually reading yourself is your higher version that gives all the information, the one that is connected to God. So we will break down again, right? Okay. Today is not much more than that. I don't want to make conscious creation difficult. It's not difficult. your existence is a manifestation. So if your existence is a manifestation, if you learn to shift into all three energies, and with alignment is about maintaining, right? We do alignment and to maintain the energies of what I want. And just before we go, all right, okay, and we will talk about the present moment and how to use the mind of memory and for the future. Again, future does not exist. You cannot exist outside the present moment. But when I met Liliana, right, okay, of course, she came for me for a reading. And the funny thing ever, right, she had resistance,
Before meeting Rita, I was a very 3D person. So my mind controlled me, my emotions controlled me, and I have a lot of emotions as well. Being, of course, Lebanese, we're quite fiery. So I met her at a time where, at that time, the way my being was, let's say, whatever thought came through, there was no awareness at all. It became an emotion, and if that emotion became really strong, I could hurt myself or hurt other people as well. And we've seen situations like that, if you remember. So I came to Rita. It was a very difficult financial dispute. I had helped set up and grow a company. When they launched, they didn't want to pay my money, and it was equivalent to $500,000 at that time in shares and crypto and all that. And I came to Rita distraught. They didn't want to pay me. They made excuses. It wasn't just me. It was other people they didn't pay, but I was the closest one, and I knew everything inside. And I came to Rita. She could clearly, I remember the reading clearly, and she told me specifically, I can see the money in your bank account. And me being me was like, oh, what do you make? But they're saying this and they're doing that, and it was so bad that I was even getting threats. And she even said, Rita said to me, "Don't worry, there's someone that's going to help you." And she gave me the initial of the person, ended up being that exact person. And in a moment where it was so distressful, that person told me, I remember they were threatening me or something. That person said, "Do not move, stay there. I'm going to help you with all the legals and everything." And the outcome was that exactly how Rita saw it at the end. Now, she also saw something I didn't like at all, where she saw that my nephews were going to be taken away to Lebanon, kidnapped by their father. And I didn't want to hear that. And I thought, I just met Rita, and I thought, well, okay, well, we've got precautions in place. It's not going to
give my
happen.
money.
Oh, yeah, I just said, well, I've got my money now. Everything life's great, But little did I know that where that money was going to go afterwards, a warning that I didn't take notice at all. And it was a month, I think, after that, you kept saying to me, Lily, be careful. Your nephews are going to be kidnapped. And I kept resisting to the message, and other messages that you gave me I didn't like about my then partner or whatever. We'll go into that as well. And then, as it happened exactly as Rita saw it, one day the father said, I'm taking them out for burgers. They ended up being in the airport in Lebanon, and there was nothing, no one could bring them back apart from the father being arrested and coming back. That's when my sister joined the line and started working with Rita as well. Rita could clearly see the whole time that the guy was going to get arrested. And we were obviously, and I was at least, my sister did a better job in calming her energies, although they were her children. Imagine your children being taken away with everyone telling you, no way they're going to come back. There's nothing we can do. And then Rita telling her, don't worry, he's going to get arrested and the children are going to come back. So that faith that my sister had, and that submission to something beyond the 3D and what everyone tells her, this is where creation happens. So all my sister had to do, she has this fantastic power. She's psychic now, actually. She went from a woman who was abused, her children being kidnapped, had a horrible job, to now being this mega director with her children with her, exactly as Rita saw it. So long story short, my sister followed the techniques that Rita saw, and she had that faith. She had that faith. The problem that I had, I was so involved in the logistics of courts and everything else, it was a bit more difficult and resistant.
I think the difference is, and this is an example of two energies who behave differently, is within Nadine's, right? This is for all of us. This is about conscious creation. You must trust universe to deliver. Otherwise, you're trying to control an outcome, and it's just not going to work for none of you guys at all. If I ask the universe, I want to win the lottery, I have won the lottery. It is a done deal. My only action that I need to do is to play the lottery. But if every time I play, I'm like, oh my God, I did not want or this didn't happen, then you don't have trust in the universe. How do you make trust with the universe? All right, okay. Most of us only trust when we are dying because we are so close, that we feel like, okay, old enough, and then we must trust something else. I'm going to cut a little bit into the thing. You are dying the moment you're born. This illusion that everyone has, just because we are young, that we live forever, is just an illusion created by the mind. So we all die. That's the reality. The moment you're born, the moment you manifest this body and this mind is finite. So if your body and mind has a limitation and we are here to live an experience, we need to make our experience really be meaningful. And that means, and I'm going to repeat again, you actually need to align your energies, not trying to consciously create it, because you don't need to do that part. If I have a desire, many of us have a desire, have more money, a better relationship, you know, a desire literally is my signal to the universe that I don't have. So if I have a desire that I want more money, that means I don't have. And the universe will carry on giving me. I don't have. I don't know how people they don't realize that that's what is a desire. But also, if I have a desire, means I can have. If you don't understand why fear is within you, you are going to be stuck in life. So imagine I have a fear about love. We're going to cut a little bit. Imagine that I actually want this specific person, this relationship, and I love this person. I have a desire to be with this specific person, or money as well, or buy a house, or have an investment or business. At first, means my energy showing straight away I don't have it. That is what I'm echoing to the universe. That's what I'm emitting. So the universe is going to carry on giving me more circumstances that is going to stop me having what I want. Because that's the only thing I'm asking, not to have. It's simple. So if I have a fear about, I don't know, let's say death could be that, or like clients that we had that they were terminal ill. All right, okay. And they only had 3 months to live. And we don't tend to take too much of these clients, but we do take, all right, when we can. They need to go through the fear. All right, okay. The fear is trying to teach you what you need to change. And that is the beauty of this life. It's not about just because you become a conscious creator and the only thing you're going to do is positive stuff. I still manifest positive and negative. But when I manifest negative, the good stuff is I don't need to suffer about it. Most of the fears that we have are based on memory. You are living an illusion in your present moment, asking for the same energy. Someone asked me, about people they think is about repeating the same cycles or the same karma. First, I'd like to say karma is not either good or bad, but actually, karma means actions, no more than that. All right, okay, you know. But if I have a fear of love, my 3D is going to show that either the person that I'm going to be with be insecure, or I'm insecure, or the person is not going to deliver what I want, you know. And I'm going to say this message actually because pretty sure, I mean, this is to a specific client, and I know she's here today from America, right? Okay. And this is for you, Karen, all right? Stop having fear to see him. Can't have the fear, all right? Okay. So for me personally, if I have, let's say business wise, makes more sense. And funny enough, and just an example that really did something with me yesterday and how you shift your energy almost immediately. So when we start this, I keep saying everyone knows that I don't like to do my business based on business. I like to do based on what I feel because everything is to do with sales is a reflection of me. But if my business is more than one person, it's going to affect differently because it's more than one person manifesting. And I'll just say something to Lily yesterday. I says, relax, just let it go.
right? Okay, you don't, it's nothing. Okay, we done what we needed to do, right? Okay, just be happy, enjoy life. And the moment you shift the energy, so cells can. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. You are the outcome of your own creation. Your energy, right, that is based on the elements, all right, okay, and the bodies is your manifestation, and that's what the universe will forever give you. If you learn to change you, all right, okay, and to organize that energies that they all go in one direction. But if you are trying to manifest and really try and moving from one person to another in terms of conscious creation, this manifester, you are just seeking. And you need to look to yourself, what are actually you seeking on others, including someone like me, that you don't have already inside of you? People like me, we're very valuable, but we cannot, all right, okay, we're not here to manifest, you're going to learn something from me that has been in this universe for centuries. That information already belongs to you. If you learn to align the five elements within you on your day-to-day life, that has nothing to do with just sitting down and conscious create something, you will become the person that you want to. You will manifest what you desire. Because if I done that, so do you can do. All right, okay. And that's how you need to look into conscious creation, is to align that energies within you. If you don't, something, it is on you. We'll decide, right? No one, my awakening is no different than any other person can wake. But you need to make a choice today. So tomorrow, when we are doing conscious creation, you are in a position, all right, that you have a better understanding. While we would say, come to this webinar with empty stomach, for example, at least 4 hours before, no cigarettes, no coffees an hour before, if you can. I know that is a little bit more difficult, right? Drink water. And if you do that, you will see the changes. Yesterday, it took me longer to make a little bit of change, but I didn't done for me. I done it for Lily. I wanted her to experience. She, didn't needed to do nothing at all to feel more abundant, to feel more prosperity. All right. And when she feels like that and is able to maintain that, you will see money coming in. You will see love coming in. So energy alteration. For everyone who does alignment, I'm going to give a little bit of a description of actually what is energy alteration, what is your outcome. If you want to manifest love, you need to become the energy of love yourself. If you want to manifest prosperity or abundance, you need to be that energy. So, how do we alter our energies? You can close your eyes. This is just a preview we're going to do tomorrow. And we're going to start by putting your awareness into the present moment. The best way and best technique is to scan the body, because your mind is going to say, gosh, this is boring. Oh, God, this is annoying me. Believe me, mind tried. So, you're going to scan your body. So we're going to give a minute to everyone to scan the body from top to bottom. I'm not going to scan the body for you because it's your body. So you scan the body. Within your own body, we'll find some trap energy. This feels a little bit more heavy. All right, okay, and you want to have awareness to shift that energy. Where awareness goes, energy flows. All right, okay. And it's not a matter of happening in one day or immediately. So you scan your body, you're bringing that your awareness into the now, because manifestation can only happen in a now. If you want to manifest love, after you scan your body with your eyes closed, you can lift a little bit your chin high, palms up, receiving mode, because otherwise you are not in receiving mode. Chin automatically makes pressure a little bit high, makes pressure on your third eye. It's natural. That's why you see pictures of Jesus like that. Even was like that. It's a reason. Your body, your vessel already shows the best movements and positions to be. Then you're going to use memory. All right, okay. You're going to bring by using memory of something that reflects you or shows you unconditional love. Not about the person. So if you like someone, don't bring that person. A memory could be a pet, a child, I don't know, a friend, a moment. can be something that shows unconditional love. If you don't, if you cannot use by memory, if you feel like you cannot use it, then you can use imagination. Maybe you can imagine what will be, I don't know, to feel unconditional love. Once you bring that emotion, that memory or imagination, you're going to literally um, um, start to bring that energy into your heart, and you're going to feel that energy. So start to feel the unconditional love. Should be fun and should be like unconditional love should be no conditions at all. Should make you want to giggle. Once you start to feel that emotion, you're going to let go of your mind. So you're going to let go of the memory and you're going to put your awareness only on the energy of that emotion. Once you put awareness on the energy, you want to do your best to expand that energy slowly throughout your body. Like really say very recently to someone, you can give it a color if it's easy. And you expand just the energy. No more memory, no more imagination. Once you fully expand throughout your body, you can move further to the people around you, neighbors, the city that you live. You can go as far as you want in the entire world. For that, you need to use imagination to the full cosmos, but avoid using too much the mind. And that is you conscious of creating love. And it doesn't matter if it's about a specific person or the love you desire. You, the universe, will give you your energy back. Your job after doing something and more we are going to do in a way that is meant to do, you are the energy of love. The problem what happens is when people finish the meditations or this type of conscious creation, then they go back and it's okay. It's not going to happen from one day. That's why you align your energies all in one direction. So when you do creations like this one, you can maintain that. And with money, I love creation of money. I love money. See, money is an energy. Love it. Money loves me. With creation of money, slightly different energy. All right, okay. And anyone who has who's trying to create money, I strongly advise to do work to do with the shoulders. Hopefully, James will show some today. So shoulders, neck. If it's very stiff, all right, and it's hurting, you are not creating money. So your body stands and you will feel around here. So you want to do some type of work that loosens that area. But to create money, you bring into your memory freedom, just freedom. So you can use memory. Well, I tend to use, I see myself running and free, running a mountain, and my breath is like, I feel like, or I'll use flying if I'm going to use imagination. Sense of freedom. So you alter your energy from lack to freedom. Nothing to do with money. All right. I don't need to think about any money at all. And I feel free. No worries, no doubts. You can, anything that represents freedom, flying, anything that's physical. Don't put yourself using imagination about I bought myself a mansion or a yacht or things. You don't need to do that. And once you sense that freedom, you do the same, right? You connect it to your body and then you expand that energy. And the job, of course, is to maintain. And that is where alignment is so important. But let's not make conscious creation or manifest a job because you are everyone, me here, I'm manifesting this body, this mind. So if I want my manifestation to be something slightly different, if I have a desire to have more money, I know straight away that I have a blockage. But that's why I have the desire. But my blockage will be either small For example, if I have a desire to drink water and I have water here, so with the manifested water drunk. So I have no resistance for this. But if I have a desire to, let's say, to manifest because I really love this person and this person does not look wants to be with me, just as an example, then I have more resistance. I know that I'm the creator of my own reality. I should know. I should be able to read my energies to know where I am. And this is the point, all right, okay? Couple of messages from spirits, all right, okay, we know that not everyone is going to understand what we're saying today. And if you have questions, some will be answered when I'm going to do the reading. For those who already had a reading with us, I mean spirits, all right. If you follow the advice that was given to you, you will naturally change your outcome. And when I help people like Liliana and her sister, one of the biggest warnings for Lily, all right, and she feels like I told you could not have done differently. The moment she got the money, or even before she got the money, I also told her, in spirit, going to lose it. All right, okay. So I can imagine how hard it is for someone like Liliana, the city, to hear. Come on, to hear, you're making 500,000 and you're going to lose that money at the same time.
Yeah, and the way I lost it, the reason I lost it is obviously because I didn't look to, but I was not in alignment with maintaining it. Instead of building stability and structure with my energy within my life, I was just completely up in the air, no grounding at all. And most of it obviously went to the courts. So more than half of it went to the courts and bringing the kids back, which I'm grateful for. No money is worth that happiness and joy that my family experienced when the children were back. So I was very grateful for that. But this journey with you, Rita, and I need to mention this as well, because I feel called to say that as well. This is not about being perfect, like Rita said, just because you go into conscious creation and you understand alignment, it's not about things not happening to you, but it's how from a place of alignment, your mind, your emotions, everything all in sync, you're able to have awareness and be able to react differently to things that happen to you. Most recently, I experienced a lot of suffering in love with a specific person. Someone, again, Rita had warned me about for years, that I had this attachment to, and I just experienced betrayal over a month, no, 2 months now it's been. Had I not been in this, let's say, doing my alignment techniques and being awareness, I would have been in tremendous suffering, much more. Don't get me wrong, I suffered, I cried, I felt the pain, but I also learned from within me with alignment and with having that power and the newfound energy and awareness that I have to maneuver this suffering and maneuver this pain. Does the pain still come? But I'm aware that when pain comes, it comes because I have the memory of the situation. But when I put myself in the present moment, that's when no pain exists.
Emotional pain is a choice, believe me or not. And I know many don't feel like that, but it is a choice because you're suffering from the past or you have an anxiety for a future that you are imagining. Physical pain is less different. You can feel physical pain. The emotional pain is just you lost control and the mind runs you. And if Lily wasn't doing alignments, that pain, that she was going through would have been much more intense. And she probably will not be able to be here because everyone knows that when it comes to love, we do suffer, but you're still suffering in the past. The problem is, and this is what happened to many of us, is and they think, oh my God, I keep manifesting the same type of woman or the same type of relationship or man, or you will manifest the same type of person if you are stuck in a mindset because you need to look like that. The universe gives you what you are right now as you are in this moment. Exactly. The universe only can give you what you are. Isn't it amazing that we have within us the ability to change our energies and we're constantly doing that unconsciously? One day we are happy, the next we're sad. One day we are like, we made money, the next we don't. So that's what is called the imbalance, right? Okay. And someone like me and really now can balance because the energies are aligned, we don't have to contrast as much. But still can have contrast, I'm still expecting people around me that will die and people around me, they may not want to talk to me. Many, will understand what I'm saying, and some will not. It's irrelevant. All right, okay? It's hard perceived. So your energy is your creation. Your creation is what the universe is going to give to you. All right, okay? You don't need spirituality. If you look into science or neuroplastics and all of that, everyone is talking about the same. So, in short, if Lily wants to remain suffering about what happened to her 2 months ago, she only needs to bring the memory of the person, all right, okay, and she will suffer like no stop. And that's why people get stuck in suffering. And it's so sad. So from today, you know that simply need to align your bodies, right? Physical, mental, emotional, and energies, physical by movement, eating well, resting, drinking, grounding, mental by quiet silence, 5 minutes silence. Just start to know your mind, no judgments. Let the mind chatter. No one is pushing, we're not trying to repress nothing at all. You can put your awareness in the body or you can put your awareness in the breath as the best meditation. If you start 5 minutes, just by that, you are in much better way of becoming a conscious creator than if you're going to use a meditation to actually conscious create, and then you can use the energy alteration forever. Remember, your energy is your outcome. So what represents money if not more freedom and no worries, no doubts? What represents love? Then feel connected to someone, but you want to use your vessel in a way that is not the fault within your own creation. And health as well for those, we, like I was saying, we do pro bono only for people that are very sick. We are not doing it this year. Always led by spirit, since with these people, so you will learn within when we do the reading more specific message for you. If there's any questions, we will answer them tomorrow because we have now James, who's probably now ready in his in his jobs.
Yeah, if you, I'll introduce, come on, James.
Yeah.
Hey, James, how you doing?
Thank you.
So this is James. You want to give a bit about your background, James?
Hey guys.
I've trained with James as well, and his training is amazing because his workouts are all about aligning the body, releasing trapped energy, and I always feel like light afterwards, and I feel very connected, my mind with my body. So James will go through that, explain about that, and yeah.
Hey guys, so for this next segment, it's going to be 15 minutes of movement. So you'll just need a setup where you can do some standing movements and some space where you can do movements in this kind of area, and have your screen set up so you can go from standing to ground and keep an eye on what's going on the screen. Also, making sure you're nice and hydrated. Hydration is more than just water. It's also the minerals of magnesium, potassium, sodium that you can get through electrolytes and natural sources like coconut water. So also one other thing, if your body is going through some health challenges right now, don't exert yourself. Listen to your body and just, don't exert any ongoing health challenge that you might be going through. Okay. So just finding some space where you can just stand, beginning of standing in stillness. Really important, guys. Every time you feel your body wanting to fidget, just notice it and come back to stillness. Okay, these movements are going to be like moving meditations. So just constantly coming to presence. Also, if you feel like you can't do something, don't judge yourself. Meet yourself with self-love and grace, and just be grateful for what you can do and stay in that elevated emotion of gratitude, acceptance, etc. Instead of giving your body unloving energy by saying, "Oh, I'm not doing this perfect, and I can't do it like he's doing it." Yeah, you'll get to it eventually. Okay, so finding stillness and starting from the head, just releasing any tension in your jaw. Keep the roof on the top of the mouth and just breathing through your nose and out through your nose, keeping that tongue on the roof of the mouth. So releasing any tension from the face and jaw, scanning down to the traps, top of the shoulders, releasing any tension stored there. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing your arms, and breathe into your belly. So it expands your belly and your chest when you exhale, and then just let go. Just take another breath like that and notice the breath coming like a wave. Yeah, expanding your belly, your chest, and then just releasing. Release any tension around your pelvis area and ensure that your posture is correct by making sure all the joints stacked over one another. Yeah, pelvis over knees, knees over ankles, shoulders over pelvis, and standing upright like you've got a piece of thread just holding you up from the top of your head. Nice, proud posture. If you feel the need to exhale, make any sighs, please do during this to release energy through noise. Okay, so we're going to start with the neck, doing a figure of eight motion like this. These are actually called, I've been told they were called Stevie Wonders. I've not seen him do it, but apparently when he performs, likes to do these, so it must be good for the body. And change direction. Keep breathing normally while you do these movements. And now ear to shoulder and just undulate, which means instead of holding it static, move around in a way that feels good for your body today. Also, be mindful not to move in a way that might damage your body. Okay, so doing the other side now. Cool. Now you're gonna look behind you and let your body, let your arms slap against your sides. So your arms are nice and relaxed. Slapping against your kidneys with your hands. Nice. Okay. Next one, we're just gonna move the shoulders going back like this. From the side, it looks like this. So as Lily pointed out, we are clearing the body of any energetic blockages so that energy can flow through it freely. And this is all really nourishing for the body as well, keeping you supple and mobile. Okay, next one, we're going to just wave our spine from side to side. Yeah, just rippling like a serpent. Keep breathing. Okay, now we've gone side to side. You're going to go up like this. This is how it looks from the side. Basically, your chin goes out and up, and then your spine just follows suit and starts waving. Yeah, so be mindful of the way that your spine is rippling I scan every vertebrae as you do this movement. And now you're going to change direction. So your chin's going out forward and then coming up. Yeah. Keep breathing. Ah. Nice. Next one, the chin comes out and then back like this. Chin goes out and back, and then your hips just start to ripple going around like you're doing the hula hoop. You breathe in. One more in this direction. Change direction. Nice. Okay, now reaching across the body and then opening the side over. So reach across, inhale here, exhale as you come over. So just one more. Ah, nice, nice, nice. So coming into a lunge. Lunge pose, stretching the hip flexor out. So it looks like this from the side. Front knee's bent, back knee is straight. And I'm engaging this glute, yeah? So tense the butt cheek of the leg that is back. And change legs. Same again. Nice. So coming a little bit deeper this time, and I want you to try touching your knee on the ground and straightening the back leg out that you're stretching. So locking that knee out and then touching the ground. Keep breathing. Swap sides. Good work, guys. Now we're coming to the ground. So first thing we're going to do is on your back, these are called dead bugs. Yep, so we're here, opposite arm and leg extend, and then come back to the middle, and then alternate which side you do it. Yep. So when you extend it, just take a breath in, own the position, and come back. One more. Tabletop now, guys. So come in here, bringing your glutes down to your heels, bridging your hips like this. Own the position, take about 5 breaths. This is opening the shoulders up and the chest, activating that posterior chain, undoing all the damage that chairs do. And coming onto your front, we're going to do the opposite of the dead bugs. Well, same motion, but on all fours like this. So extending owning the position by taking a breath while you're there and then alternating sides like this. Good work, guys. Just come back into a child's pose for a few breaths. Nice full inhalations. Ah. One more breath. Release. So coming into cat cows now. So inhaling on the arch, exhaling on the round, really protracting your scapula, which means pushing shoulder blades forward, and then inhale on the arch. Exhale as you come back into cow. In, out. In, out. One more like that. And now you're going to do these sexy cat cows where you're actually coming around like Christina Aguilera dancing back in the day. Exhale on the way down, inhale in the way up. And change direction. Nice. Okay. Frog pose, which is opening the knees and your feet like this, coming onto your elbows. Inhale here, exhale as you push back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, back. One more. Coming forward and bring your feet together. Rock back into a deep squat. So you're here like this. And just own the position, take a few breaths, being nice and upright. Inhale. And on the exhale, extend, come into a forward fold like this. Inhale here. As you exhale, come back into the deep squat. Yeah. So you're going to do about 4 more cycles of that. So inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. One more. And now just take a few breaths here in forward fold. And now roll to standing. Yogi Mudra. This is a Kundalini yoga. So we inhale up, exhale down. Lanaya. Find a nice rhythm with it. You might feel like doing the Thriller dance, Michael Jackson. So it's quite fitting for Halloween, right? Keep going, guys. 10 more seconds. And now inhale. And as you exhale, picture a beautiful field around you. of whatever colours you can envision of your third eye, bringing it up with heart, prayer position, inhaling up, and then exhaling and envisioning that beautiful rainbow of love around you. And again, just envisioning the most beautiful pattern of colours around you, whatever that may mean to you. And now, just coming here to close practice, breathe into your heart. And just while you breathe into your heart, slow the exhalation down so that it's longer than your inhale. So if you inhale for 4 seconds, hold at the breath for 2, and then exhale for 6. Just giving thanks to your beautiful body, that divine vessel that you're graced with, being able to do all of this today, and being grateful for the life that you've got, that you're able to show up to do this for yourself today. And grateful for the divine, grateful for all these beautiful people who we are on this journey with. So I'm going to hand over back to Rita now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. Okay.
Cheers, Lily.
Thank you so much. Thank you for putting everyone in the present moment. So much gratitude. Apologies for any background noise throughout the session, because we have people joining us here as well. It'll be noisier tomorrow. There's going to be more people in person. But if you could take one thing from today, or I would like to ask everyone, as soon as we get off today, don't go into thinking, how does this work? How am I going to do this? How do I actually manifest? Just remember to go back into the present moment and take the energy that was created in your body right now and just connect with your mind. And any thought that comes in about how, or frustration or anxiousness, just bring your awareness back to the present moment and carry on with that energy until tomorrow. It's very important, because tomorrow we're going to be doing movement in the beginning as well. Rita's gonna do conscious creation and energy alteration, and then at the end we're gonna have some beautiful kirtan music to open the heart to further receive. But just trust tonight until tomorrow, and we'll see you all again. Rita, any final messages?
Yes,
Yeah.
for the ones.
Questions?
No, not questions. For the ones that we have, this was very interesting to see James, but for the ones that cannot do all the movements that James does, please do know that you can imagine yourself doing, even for me, when I went through my process, and with the quite more specific techniques like Kriyas, the way we are taught is to imagine ourselves doing for any movement that we are actually not able to do. James tomorrow, if possible, will be doing like for, I know it's many different ages that we have here. Maybe some have some knee pain, hip pains, or all of that, some physical issues. James, and that is the meditation you're going to take. Is going to do a 7-minute to 10-minute technique with your movements. All right, okay. After that technique, you're going to have the energy alteration followed by the
Kirtan.
Yeah, exactly.
Kirtan music.
And then we're going to go in more details with conscious creation teaching. So tomorrow we're going to invert. We're going to start with conscious creation, because you need the movement, you need then to alter your energy and the music just to expand and to allow yourself to receive. And then we'll go through the teachings a little bit in more detail and message from spirit, and answering every questions that you may have. If you have questions for James, how to make certain movements because you are not able to do properly today, you will explain tomorrow. So tomorrow is a little bit of fun because we're going straight into activities. We're not going to waste our time just talking. We already said to explain today that you need to align your 5 bodies. So you have the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the energies, all right, that is divided in the several bodies, okay? Do the physical to the best of your abilities. do the mental to the best of your abilities. You know, conscious creation or manifestation is not difficult. It's not about sitting down and meditating all the time. Otherwise, life is going to be boring. What you want is to enter a state, hopefully similar to mine, that life itself is a meditation. Right? Okay, so I'm very rarely in a mind, means I'm in a meditative state most of the time. And when I come out by walking, then you will have lots of examples, and you should be able to come off a workshop like this one with something really positive. So thank you very much.
Drink water as well, because there was a lot of movement as well of emotions, and be aware and mindful of your eating. Rest well tonight, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Okay.
Yep, thank you. All right, okay, thank you, James. It was very good. You're welcome.